So first off, let's go ahead and get the video started by saying you matter. I say that because deep down inside each and every one of us, we have something very great in us. We have a lot of potential. We have a lot of charisma, a lot of pizzazz. And sometimes we don't necessarily use all that has been given to us to express to the world. So I'm here to tell you how to be yourself and not be afraid of expressing it. I say this to you guys as we move forward into 2021 because I felt myself back personally, not just with my content, but with my colleagues and even my community. And I feel bad because you guys deserve all of me, not just a portion. You know, one day you got a gamer, one day you have a motivational speaker, one day you got me trying to appease the norm or trying to keep up with trends. And I'm here to tell you, like, that shit can wear you out, like 100%, man. And if you're not doing it with compassion and love, you're gonna hate it. And that's literally what I've been going through. I was hating content creation almost all of 2020 because it wasn't fulfilling and it wasn't getting me where I wanted to be. And I realized that because I wasn't being authentically me. I'm here to show you guys some examples of what's happened to me, why my past failures and fears held me back, and what I started doing to become who I am. And now going into 2021, I'm going to be fully expressing it, and you can do the same. Now, this isn't going to be no walking apart. There's going to be consistent negative energy around you, and you're going to get overwhelmed. And sometimes it's going to feel like you don't know what you're going to have to do. Without proper guidance or helping hand, you're going to have to figure this out on your own. What you're going to run into is you're going to run into a lot of negative outside influences. And that's just natural. You're going to have that. You're going to have people that are in disbelief of. You're going to have certain objections towards you. You're going to run into some things that's just not going to work for you. But you got to work on that inner dialogue in you to have a positive mindset towards things. And that's where we tend to fail at. That negative energy within inside us, that negative thought, that negative person, that bad juju is going to come out and it's going to convince you that you're not worthy. So what do you do about that? First and foremost, stop giving a fuck what other people think. If you start caring what other people think, they are going to misuse you. They are going to corrupt you. They're going to make you thinking that you are insignificant and you need to let go of all that because guess what? What other people think about you is their problem, not yours. Simple as that. Just tune it out. Look back on all your accomplishments. Look back on all your achievements. Look at all the greatness you have done. And then measure that up to what that person has said or even their accomplishments. And then ask yourself, do you really give a fuck what they think? If not, cool. Now, for my content creators, I know you're probably saying, yo, dude, don't you normally have to like pay attention to what people say or like well pay attention to comments or whatnot? That's how you get like constructive feedback. Let me tell you something. Some people's feedback is not always good feedback. There's some people that just deliberately just hate you because they ain't you. They hate the fact that they can't do what you do. They hate the fact that you spend your time and make something great or do something you love and they are not willing to channel that same energy and put it into themselves. Which brings me to my first story. So a long time ago, back before like on demand was a thing, we had this thing called scheduled programming. We had to go to this TV Guide channel and we had to literally wait for this long list of channels to go through before we could find out exactly what time our favorite shows came on. As a kid, I was a huge fan of like cartoons and stuff. So jumping into anime was like my thing. And one of my favorites was Akira, and then eventually I got into like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. And one of the things I love doing is drawing characters from video games and cartoon shows. One evening, I decided to go ahead and create a picture of Vegeta. I was sitting in my living room with my parents while they were watching TV, and I drew it. As the time went on for me drawing that picture, it started to get real dark. I had to use the lights from the TV to continue to draw this creation I was making. Strangely enough, it was working out in my favor. I don't know how I did it. I don't know what compelled me to continue drawing, but I kept doing it and I stayed on that picture for a very, very long time. The next morning, I went to go look at this picture and it turned out greater than I imagined. It came out so acceptable that I loved it and I couldn't wait to show my friends, my mom, and like my family and everything. After I showed the image to my mom, I had to show it to my family. When I went to go show it to my sister, this is where all hell kind of like broke loose and kind of screwed me over. She decided to go ahead and criticize me for my drawing. She said I traced it. She said I had to, be a fraud. And like there's so many disgusting things she said about it. And it just made me feel like crap. But I never went back into doing art for myself because of that moment. There was no need for it. If people were just going to criticize me for something that I know I did. I didn't really have any positive reinforcements behind me. I mean, yeah, my mom was there, but it just didn't feel like it was enough. I just kind of gave up, man. It sucked. It really hurt my heart, and I just let drawing go. This is something I could have flourished into something. This is something that could have taken me into a different career or whatever, but I decided to abandon it and not be me. So let's go ahead and fast forward things a little bit and go to high school. So high school was a different ballgame for me, and making friends was not the easiest thing for me because I was always classified as the nerd, the geek, the dork. That was something you couldn't really take away from me. There's one day in particular in school where I seen a group of kids huddled together, surrounded by doing something I didn't even know what. As I got closer, I saw these guys looking at a magazine. Now, on that magazine, I didn't know what it was or what the magazine was about, but from afar, it looked like they were looking at Gundams. I get to one of the kids and I say, "Yo, what's up, man? You guys looking at Gundam?" And literally, it was really awkward because everybody turned around at me and gave me like this sus. Like, they really gave me this face like, "Dude, who the are you?" And then they started to laugh at me. And one of them said, "Dude, this dude is talking about anime when we're looking at shoes." I happened to look over at the magazine, and the magazine was an East Bay magazine. I got teased and picked on, and I mean, like, it just made my reputation as a dork, a nerd, a geek go even higher. And it just, again, it bothered me a little bit. It kind of got to the point where I had to try to figure out who I wanted to be. Like, do I want to continue being me, or do I want to, be surrounded by people that don't even really care for me? Unfortunately, I decided to go the negative route. I started acting out in school, started being a class clown, started getting into the drugs. But all that did was make these kids have even more reason to laugh at me and tease me for being stupid, I guess you could say, which is, fair in all honesty. Like, it's stupid and I was being dumb and I could have, been better, but instead I decided to be somebody that was a cornball. I really screwed myself on that one, and it was just all for attention. But I did it with all the wrong intentions and it screwed myself over. So again, I sacrificed something I love. I sacrificed something that I thought would be cool to get the approval of other people, and it turns out it didn't even matter because those same people didn't even care who I was and didn't want to hang out with me. They just brushed me off like another person because I wasn't naturally like one of them. So it sucked, man. It hurt. So in a not so distant past, now 2019, I became a content creator. A little bit before that, but I was a content creator for Mixer. Oh, Mixer. I wouldn't say this is the highlight. No, I can go ahead and say this is like the most I was able to be myself. Being on that platform allowed me to go ahead and express the things that I love and the things that I like doing. We're going to lead up to one of the days where I was really allowed to truly, not even allowed, I don't want to say like, in a sense, I kind of gave myself permission to be myself. So I linked up with this charitable organization called Go Team, and this was going to be my very first charitable stream. There's a little thing that you want to know about me, that I'm a huge fan of the 70s and 80s. I wanted to bring that flavor into my stream. Is what created me into being who I am. I had this crazy wig, I had these cool shades on, I had this purple shirt, looking all funktastic and whatnot. And I had a really good time that day. One cool skit that like I really enjoyed, and I like when I put a lot of thought into it, I thought this would be the funniest thing on the planet. Let's go ahead and roll that clip. Yo, it was dope, baby. Yo, solo was the thing. I enjoyed it a lot, and I had so much fun. Not only did I have fun with it, people enjoyed it. It was at that moment I was like, yo, you got greatness in you, and you need to keep letting it shine. Now, unfortunately, for 2020, it didn't really work out that way. It was difficult. I lost my focus. I lost what it meant to be a content creator. I lost my passion. 2020, it really, really, helped me realize who I am, what I'm capable of, and what I should focus on. And this is why we're here. So again, going into the whole theme of this video, it's about being yourself, being able to express who you are and enjoy who you are. I didn't do that last year. I didn't know where I wanted to be. I kind of wanted to give up content creation. I just didn't know what I wanted to do. Through trial and error, through consistent conversations with myself, also with the help of my team, it allowed me to do what I needed to do, and it helped me find me again. I can honestly say not too many people can say they achieved. And I'm not using that as a gloat or anything like that. I'm just saying there's some people that choose to not fulfill their dreams, and there's some people who choose not to be themselves. And I was slowly going back to that realm. And I can't do that. Not to you guys and not to myself. I'm robbing myself from who I am. And that's what I want to explain to you guys. You are you because that's what the world made you as. You are influenced by so many things, and it's embedded into you to create certain things. You were put here for a reason to do wonderful things. And a lot of us don't express that. We don't show the gifts that were bestowed upon us, and we don't share those things with the world. And a part of it comes from not being able to live our truth. Now, I don't know what reason why we don't live our truths, but I do know that due to outside influences and negative talks with ourselves, we rob ourselves from who we need to be, and we rob the rest of the world from expressing who we are to them. And we have to put that to an end. We have to stop that. If you want to be your best self, you have to believe in you, and you have to be okay with being you. Because if you don't do that, you can't expect anybody else to be okay with you. And one of the great things about right now, especially in this day and age of technology, we are surrounded by the internet. The internet is all around us. It's on your cell phones, your tablets, your PCs, your gaming systems. You are able to connect with other people. And if you're okay with being yourself, you will not have a problem with making friends. Now, don't get me wrong, you're going to run into people that don't like you. And that's fine, honestly. Shouldn't matter. There are 7 billion people on this planet, at least the last time I checked anyway. There are at least 7 billion people on this planet. You're bound to find someone who likes you. I want you to go into 2021 just being authentically you and being happy with who you are. Because, again, as I mentioned earlier, if you're not okay with you, or how do you expect anybody else to appreciate you? So one thing I want to add to this video is this quote that I truthfully love, and it is, "And the truth shall set you free." It's a famous saying, and that really, really resonates with me a lot. And I say this because a lot of us are not living our truth. We are shying away from it. We are preventing ourselves from actually being authentically who we are. So I say this to you, live your truth. Because if you're not, you're shielding yourself away from the rest of the world. And not only are you robbing you from being great, you're also robbing the rest of the world from seeing who you are. And it's unfair. You were put here for a reason to do wonderful things, amazing things, phenomenal things. And you're not taking advantage of that. You're not expressing who you are. You're not increasing your skill set. You're not being authentically you. If there's anything this year that you need to work on, because I too plan on working on this, is just being me and being happy with who I am. So live your truth. Be yourself. Love you for being you, and other people will appreciate you too. That's it for the video, guys. Thank you guys so much again. I wish you guys a pleasant 2021, and here's to the future, y'all. Love y'all. I'm out.
You know what I mean? She jumped out the window. You knew what this was. Oh, no, you did not. You tried to play me, mother. Got your ass.
I know, that makes me try. Oh my god, my potato. Nice. That was my potato wing.
Dude, I am out here just having a